Hi there, this is Drayo. I thought I make a 2025 year recap and possibly recording this in chunks so the audio could be possibly off or just I tried to make some edits on the sound, so it will depend. I will be adding timestamps, so feel free if there is a passage you are more interested in. Use them freely if you want. So, the usual of these recaps is splitting them into highs and lows. So, let's start with the highlights of what happens over the year. I think my mixing improved a lot. It should be noticeable with the latest covers, at least I hope so. Let me know if... Let me know what you think of them. I wouldn't mind some feedback from you guys. Everything helps. Especially since I wouldn't upload the covers if I would feel they are bad in the first place. And of course, I'm mostly referring from 2023 till 2025, following my hiatus in making covers, since those previously were made mostly in Audacity. My first that I restart making covers are made in Audacity as well, but since F.L.B.U Studio made a trial version that I can use without limits, of course the saving is the major limit, that I can remix them if needed, but that's for now, I think, for the mixing stuff. And for the songs, for this year was huge with 44 covers totally. That's about 3 to 4 songs a month. The best 3 songs in 2025 according to YouTube analytics were DNA, Coronashi, the Italian version, and Dai 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 Kirai. So just a mention out of curiosity, according to analytics, my current overall cover, the best of I made so far, is Bad Apple from 2023. That just as a note. And I made a reel about my best songs each month, so enjoy. And you don't seem to like I can read your mind. Machi aga prehanayaka ederuma sui no tsumeta sa nemurenai kozen nichi subete ga kyu kantan na kanjo mo ka kasuete itara anata ga kureta yonna de wasurete shimatta bye bye no koki hajimeta kasoku soro kisehi nazeka hamo frizuki mete yange no wa sai kasaji ka sonna chisai sashi hakarenai desho say goodbye ya chico dimmi un po' se potessi lasciar tutto dietro te, vivere e sorridere e già cantare nave con un kokoro wa watashi no naka akaku noi dai anata no koto watashi dai kirai oh my god nasake nai mo haya bye shitai no nai oh yo sofu no so glimpse is just a ghost town and I can't stop myself from falling. I love the colors fading into red. Kokoniko ito
来てあった気づけばここまで来ていた言えない人が待って世界に印偽り不しても赤いの罪しろ
So, songs we have behind us. So, next what I have that I work on several new libraries, mostly notably the CVVC for me and Deon, made a release of some, tried to make some new recordings for VCCV English library, and some that I tried to make. That is mostly an experimental library, but I will finish these on this upcoming year, so I will see if I will release them, since I don't like now to release half-baked ones like I made them those previously. So if you didn't like these or there have been a lot of errors in those, that sorry about that. I will try to replace them as soon as possible. So next I made an Italian voice bank with a demo cover. That was the Coronashi one. Still it's unfinished for a degree, and possibly will re-record it, and that one will be delayed. So I'm proud of the Diffsinger's Czech project that I made with Mae, or Mae, I'm not sure how to spell her name, sorry, since she made a training and I've contributed with the vocal data. So this one was a win for me. And finally I released the Miku Miku Dance V3 model. Took me a little longer than I expected to finish it finally, but since I struggling with maintaining motivation, of course the work that I have to do and a lot of other stuff, and of course the rigging of the MMD tools on Blender that were not working on the previous version till Blender released the 4.0 with the LTE support that the Miku Miku tools finally worked with, and I could export it into PMD editor. And at least it's done. So for my current skills of 3D characters. So the next one is I finally got a new PC after these years, since I had an older one from 2013, I think. And the boost in power is very significant. And you can see it, I'm using an Animaze avatar. I have a Facerig license, but that one is kinda janky. So depends on the future with I will use. And of course it makes my workflow a little bit faster, but I still struggle with some stuff like doing the renders that I want without tutorial is very struggling. It's hard to explain since I'm not a dedicated 3D artist, so I struggling with modeling characters, and so I usually do 3D printing stuff. So I do basic shapings, and for the 3D modeling it's easier to make than making a 3D model of a character itself, or a scene, depending on the videos and so on. So next what we have is that I done a few new designs of my characters. Some were updated, some were brand new, and a few ideas are currently work in progress. Let me know what you think. Of course, any feedback on my design is of course welcome. Next, I will of course I tried to make a script, so I will follow some to talk about, but it's kind of messed up. I made few arts. I made few pictures, of course. Some I made for the videos. Some tried to make extra sketches, but a lot of them are, of course, remaining in the work in progress folder. Depending if I will continue on some I will be reworking and possibly release them as a different one. So what we have next? Yes, I released my new website 2.0, and I don't add the 2.0 on the end of the title, so it's just a complete redesign of the website since it needed some major update on it. I'm adding slowly new section, but most of the important stuff is already available. So if you're missing something, let me know, and I will try to add it sooner or later, depending on my time and other projects I'm making. So I think that's for the highlights, and now for the lows. As always, nothing can go smoothly, and there can be some hiccups here and there for various reasons. So let's start. I tried a vlogging video, but it doesn't spark much interest. So this idea I can assume is kind of a failure to refresh my content. Just to be sure, I don't want to try to chase trends or pleasing the YouTube algorithm. Was more of an experiment if people would be interested in hearing my thoughts, and so this would be maybe in the future continue. Next, what I have, the avatar pack that I wanted to use to record voiced videos like this one doesn't work for various reasons, since I can't import the avatar, the model itself, into Facerig or Animaze for some reason, one or another. I tried few tutorials on the website that show some variation how to fix it, but nothing worked. It's a bummer since it was a paid pack, so but yeah, I've lost more, so kinda it doesn't really matter in the end. I will show a screen of the avatar from Blender, how it should look like, and I'm using a stock one from Animaze. I tried to edit his palette to be more in my palette coloration, but the green screen messed up a lot of stuff, especially the eyes, since green screen and green eyes doesn't mix properly. I tried some settings, but nothing really worked. But that will be maybe in the future, depending if I will make voiced videos, but that's for later. So what we have next is for multiple failed attempts I give up on working on a Diffsinger on my own. it depends if it was English or Japanese. I tried both, and with kind of a waste of time for myself, since I've tried a dozen times, and I'm not counting the errors that showed that I mislabeled some stuff or I made something wrong, that I missed some phonemes that were not presented enough, and so on, or I used an outdated label that made some errors in the how it's called, the notebook, the training notebook on Google. So I had some results that were barely usable or not working at all. Some even crashed open UTAU just by choosing it from the single menu. So I've lost the motivation to work on it myself for now. But as usual, I could revisit it in the future sooner or later. But I have a lot of other my stuff to do. Lastly, I can mention that I didn't do anything extra on my UTAU database project. That's not really a low or a high, it's more a gray area. So I didn't make any big real updates on the websites. Some characters that are discontinued to the retired subpage were moved. The future of this project is kind of unclear. I'm going to maintain it in the current state. Like I mentioned, I updated profiles with the new layout, then the messy one that I used table structure. And usually let me know what you think about this project, since a lot of you, or not really a lot, I got mentioned there are a lot of those wiki sites and so that that are making the same and I currently don't like Fandom Wikia, since it has a lot of ads, and a lot of these ads even cover half of the screen. So that was the goal of the project in general. Well, I think this could be all, I think, mostly notable in this year I can recall. Let me know if I missed something. In the end, it was an interesting year, some huge leaps, some smaller ones, some bummers in the end, but that's life. Want to thank everyone that takes their time and looks at my stuff, either those willing to subscribe. I've seen that I had a maximum of 57, or those that just watch my stuff in general. I'm happy about for everyone, and those that enjoy my stuff, of course, if you give me feedback. Constructive criticism is of course okay as well. And so I'll try to keep up the pace, but I think I will be slowing this year, since the work is piling up. The home stuff I need to work is delayed because of other stuff. I have, of course, other projects that I'm doing, like my gaming stuff, and I will try to make some decent videos of like covers. Some will be simplified, of course, depending on the videos that is sourced from, or I will try to make something more elaborate, and especially if those that doesn't have a video or a theme. In general, that will be very, very simplified, and if I have time, I will try to make something decent. Next, what I want to do is trying to clean up my folder with the unfinished UST projects that I'll try to make, depending what of them is still usable or not. And those that will be not usable, I will store them on a separate folder. Sorry, I usually store those that I already did in a done folder, so I know that those are not needed to be revisited. And since the 2026 is still on the rise, there are still many opportunities open. Like I could make a better library, but as you can hear on my voice, that's kinda it's a dream that I will make a library that made most of my past ones redundant and will be definitive, but that's mostly speculation, depending on my broken voice. But I could try doing more languages, trying more 3D character animations. I could use now Blender more reliably, possibly Miku Miku Dance. I have in mind trying some of these motion to that are video to motion tools. I want to record some movement and make it into a 3D animation, depending on how I will have my space for it. And one of the possible ideas is making self-covers, but I'm not sure about it. And I'm of course looking forward some possibly collabs in the future. If there will be if there will be any interest from anyone in any capacity, I am open to any collaboration, any kind, and hopefully I will see you soon. And well, I think that is all I wanted to say. I think thank you for watching, and hopefully the new year 2026 will be as productive as the last one, or even better. We can all dream. Hope I didn't bore you to death for this kind of lengthy video, and I think that's about all. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye.